Most of us were taught to write a paper from the top down. Title, introduction, methods, and moreover. It feels logical, and it is also where a lot of good projects quietly disappeared. In the next few minutes, we will show you a different order, tuned for efficiency, that lets most of the paper get written while you are still doing the work, so almost nothing you do is wasted. Here is the honest version of what happens. We open a blank document, we write the word introduction, and then we blanked. The trouble is that the introduction asks us to position our findings against the gap in the literature. And that is not the best moment to do it, because we have not written those findings yet. You will see a little bit down the line, the introduction will be easier to write. So we keep pushing at the paper in the same top-down order, and this is where good projects quietly disappeared. Not at the idea, and not at the data, but in the weeks that follow. Early on, we struggle on writing the introduction section. By week 2, the on-calls and clinics take over. And a few weeks later, the project is still one sentence long, and the momentum is gone. The problem was never the data or the willpower. It was the order of the actions that needed to be done to create the smoothest flow of the journey. The fix is to stop treating writing as a separate phase that begins after the research is finished. We write the sections in the order the research gives them to us, which turns out to be close to reverse. This does not just remove unnecessary friction. It keeps the momentum going all the way to the submission button. As we can see here, each stage of doing the work hands us the material for a section, so we can start writing early and build the paper hand in hand with the project. There is no blank page, because we always have material from the stage we just finished. We already know our chosen idea, because that is the foundation everything else. If you have not settled yours yet, the research brief tool is the place to start. Now, the way we collect the data is the methodology. Retrospective, prospective, cross-sectional, and so on. That choice is made the moment we begin collecting. So we write the method section while we collect. It is the easiest section in the paper, because we are simply recording what we did. Next comes the results, and here the data does the talking. As the dataset fills up, the findings are simply what is in front of us. We build the tables and the key numbers first, then write up clear sentences to describe them. No interpretation yet, just what we found. By the time collection ends, 2 sections of the paper already exist. Now we're moving to discussion section, and this is where the saved effort pays off. Think back to the start of the project, when we gathered a handful of papers to check the idea was worth doing. We did not throw those away. We set them aside on purpose, because they will form the main body of literature we now use to compare our findings in discussion section. The reading we did to validate the question becomes the backbone of the discussion. No energy is wasted. Only now do we write the introduction. It is far easier to frame a story when we already know how it ends. So the introduction becomes a short, confident lead-in, rather than a wall we climb on day one. And the abstract is genuinely lost, because it is just the finished paper compressed into a paragraph. When you write it, follow the word count and the structure of the journal you plan to submit to first, since each one has its own format. So that is the reverse build concept that I proposed and practice. Methods, results, discussion, introduction, abstract, written hand in hand with the project, so the page is never blank and the effort is never wasted. Keep the map next to you for your next paper. You can download it from the link below. Knowing the order is most of the battle, though it is not all of it. The order does not validate your specific question, it does not give feedback on your specific draft, and it does not hold your deadline when the rota gets busy. That is the part we work on together in our system. If you want to go deeper, please register to join us on the upcoming webinar. The link is below. And if you missed the research brief tool we talked about earlier, the checklist that helps you validate an idea before you commit to it, you will find that link below as well.